Hello guys, welcome back. I'm Julie and I'm here to do my reaction video for Season 4, Episode 7 of The Fosters. This time the title of the episode is Highs and Lows. And yes, we're back, we're here, we're ready for a new episode of The Fosters. Last week, if I'm not wrong, we did kind of a binge. We watched 3 episodes. This week we're not gonna do a binge. We're gonna watch this one episode. But next week I'm gonna try to do a binge and move some things around so we can get a binge for The Fosters again. So yes, I am excited. I'm really excited for this episode. I mean, lots of things happened on the previous 3 episodes. And we left off with the fact that Lena and Steph could lose the house. So they are thinking of selling, and I feel terrible about it, and hopefully they figure out a way to keep the house. But with everything that happened with Steph's dad, I don't know if they are going to be able to do it or not. I guess we'll see. But I'm excited. I'm really excited for this episode and for future episodes of The Fosters as well. So yeah, right now we're gonna watch this one. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys like it. Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you love The Fosters. Subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. Uncut reaction always posted first on Patreon, in case you guys want to check that out. Link, as always, will be in the description down below. And if you are already on Patreon, give it a heart. Continue supporting for more, because I will be posting more reaction videos for The Fosters coming up soon. I mean, next week. But yeah, for now, I think that's about it. Without further ado, let's just begin with Season 4, Episode 7 of The Fosters. Here we go. Those are not lesbians. Those are man feet. Oh! AJ!
Oh, yeah. The worst.
Ever.
Oh!
Did you hear something?
No.
Of course you didn't hear anything.
What are you doing for? Whatever's easy.
Oh.
I'll let AJ know we're home.
Okay.
Yeah, I invited Brandon to dinner, and he's
Wonderful.
here. We're both here.
I can't find my bra.
It's outside.
Pepperoni mushroom?
This is such an
Yeah.
uncomfortable thing.
Hey.
So no
Hey.
bra.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Oh, hey, you.
Hey. Good
Chemistry.
Yeah, I'm right. At the same time.
Kelly, do you want to join us for dinner?
Thanks.
Is her bra inside of the...
Hey.
This was hella awkward. Okay, that's kind of sweet, but also weird. Since Brandon her, you know.
Later, it's a big deal.
Are there any more
But
potatoes?
isn't it bad, right? Since she's a female, the first female team leader, she has to do extra work to just compete with the male team leaders of the past or whatever. Shouldn't be like that, you know?
Weeks.
What?
Yeah.
Needs to keep his word.
Well, he is.
Don't
Jeez.
get all defensive. They are just asking. Maybe he's out celebrating the fact that he's no longer on the list. Oh, now he's gonna do his work? Does he even know how?
I'm not asking
Yeah.
my mother for money, Lena. It's just not gonna happen.
Why not, though? We asked him, so...
I know that this.
I think you need to ask, you know? When it comes down to these things, you can't have your pride win over sense, you know? Oh, no. Yeah, that's... My son used to take that as well. For severe attention disorder. Yeah, he used to take that. That's Ritalin, I think. Don't do it. I mean, it's gonna keep you up, that's for sure. But those are controlled substance, you know? That's pretty much doing drugs right there.
Right
he's not really hurting it, right?
It's not a toy.
No, I guess not. Okay,
I can handle Mason by myself.
Well, you are not able to handle Mason on your own if you're still asking for help.
Detective, really?
But, you know, that's the thing with Brandon. Like, he wanted to play house, and now he's like, oh, playing house is not just having sex? Well, no. No, when your girlfriend has a kid.
He gave it all to her.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he willingly did that. I mean, Courtney did not complain too much about it. But yeah. Wait, he wasn't here?
Got it.
You're gonna start smoking now?
Just picking up her.
Everything that happened with Cal.
They had sex.
Oh, Mike didn't knew
And the
this.
only reason I'm telling you this is because
Shit, he went in blindsided. I didn't know that he didn't knew. Well, he knew about... What did he knew? Ouch. Can you be careful, please? Just be careful, please. Ay, ay, ow. See, I told you! Did he hurt himself?
All right. All right.
Did he hurt himself?
well, I think you're a good guy for helping him.
Well, he is for helping him.
Good enough guy to have another chance.
Okay, Jesus. She's popping more pills? That's not okay.
Fall off the blanket, or else you'll fall in the water and drown, right?
Wow. Drowning. Is that like a new parenting technique?
Yep. He's carrying him and
I
traumatizing
really
kind
have
of
to practice,
kind
so
of
unless you wanna
parenting.
watch him.
No.
Sharks. Right?
He's not gonna stay, but
Stay there. I'm gonna stop.
he's stoned.
Are you stoned?
Skunk sprayed me.
A stone skunk.
You're high.
You're high, yeah.
Freaking kidding me. What is wrong?
Mason!
Oh no, you lost the child.
Mason!
In here.
Mariana, could you put that
He's so cute.
Sorry, one sec. I have so much to do.
And now you're shacking up with your milk.
Hey, Sus.
Oh.
What? Mother, I'd like to Facebook.
Cut it out now. Wait, are we like broke?
Bye, buddy.
Bye, buddy.
Well, the kid seems
believe
very
this is happening.
hyperactive.
Are we still gonna be able to go to Anchor Beach?
I don't think he's
Of course
feeling
you'll go to
okay.
Anchor Beach, honey. Okay, now where are you going?
I don't feel so good.
Oh shit!
So what? Honey, are you okay? What's going on?
He hit his head.
He's out of control.
Great. It's good to know what you think of me as a mother.
No.
Take her bed.
Oh, shit. That's why you needed to talk to her when you were calm and not when... Because he does seem a bit hyperactive, you know?
What's taking so long?
It's not that.
I've been doing drugs.
Took some of Jesus's ADHD pills.
Are you guys
Stay
insane?
up, stay focused.
We did something pretty surprising.
What?
What is that?
A nail!
As you can see, it's embedded several, but just moms for now.
You guys gonna be okay? Okay, don't worry.
Can you imagine that he has a fucking nail? Like, in his head?
It's gonna be right.
I will be freaking out.
Anna called me about Jesus. What happened? Is he all right?
No, you idiot.
No, he's not. Yeah, well, if he's not okay, it's on you.
Shit. But, like, Jesus could have calmed himself down and tell, you know, Lena and Steph that he was sick, he looked sick, you know, and just could have waited. But, like, he got all defensive and, like, look what happened. Oh my god. little sweetheart.
Well, that's too bad. Because it would have been nice to live in a world without your awful jokes.
Hey, it's a good look for you. A lot of extra space up there.
You in pain?
About it, and the answer is yes.
Oh, you got yourself a girlfriend.
I don't think I want to. So, the realtor wants to talk about the listing.
You go and tattle on me.
Come on.
You know what? I'm never gonna tell you anything again. So just stay out of my life. For good.
That's the drug talking.
Come here.
That's just, he's coming off of the
I
high,
know
you
I'm upset
know.
about the house.
So do he has a hole
Green
here?
card.
It is very difficult, and if you know, even worse if he feels like men should not feel this way. Is like, you know.
How are you? Adam's Foster.
Oh shit.
I'll handle it.
What do you mean you'll handle it? What does that mean? Oh no, the episode ended right there. That's the bad thing about this. It ends at such a random moment. Okay, guys, so that was the end of season 4, episode 7 of The Fosters. Okay. Lots of things happen on this episode. Like, it's unbelievable how this show can go from, like, one story to the next one to get it in more complicated and, you know, so on and so on. So, there's a lot of things happening, right? Jude is getting high. Mariana is getting high, which is not great. Then you have Jesus getting a nail in his head, which is like, what in the world? You have that. You have also, you know, Brandon feeling the stress of living with someone that has a child, and said child is a little bit, you know, too much to handle. So, yeah, you know, you have that. You have Callie, you know, doing something a little bit reckless, in my opinion, you know, in her own way to try to help her friend Kyle. She kind of like is going a little bit, you know, she's going over the line and honestly putting herself in danger. But the thing with Callie that I love is that she's very protective. You know, cases like this, she is not only the type of person that says, I want to help, you know, and I'm gonna do whatever I can to do it. She's that type of person that gets really, like, it becomes something personal for her, right? Which that leads to problems. But honestly, if more people care about injustice the way that she does, you know, I think that the world could be a better place, because it will not have so many injustice happening all the time, you know, if we really care about it. But the fact that she does care, and if she knows that sometimes the system doesn't work in your favor, she goes the extra mile all the time, you know, and she puts herself in very dangerous situations in the hope that it will work so she can help someone out. So, in my opinion, she did not have to reveal. She had to be a little bit smarter than that, though. She didn't have to reveal that her mom was a cop, right? She just, you know, she could just flat out said that she knows. But she shouldn't have just, you know, said, oh, you know, my mom told me, because probably this is, you know, this type of information is like a sensitive type of information that should not be leaked out. And because Steph actually went in and looked for it, I don't think that this is something that you are supposed to share. And now they are trying to, you know, sell the house. She's going to try to make it to detective. And the fact that this is happening might cut her out or take this opportunity away from her, right? I don't know if it's legal or not for her to be looking up people on her database or not. But, you know, I don't know if it's going to do anything for her, either bad or good. I don't know. But the fact that he says, oh, she said that her mom is a cop means that, you know, in some degree it will hurt Steph, you know, so yeah. So the kids were informed that they will be selling the house, right? And understandably so, they are not happy with it because this is the only house they have ever known. I understand that Mariana is like, you know, oh my God, we can lose it and whatever, you know, because yes, of course, they're gonna live in an apartment, which is the cheaper option. And she's like, no, we can do this. But of course, it's just talking from her privilege of knowing and growing in a house rather than an apartment. But honestly, whatever you go with your family, whether if it's big or small or whatever, this is still, you know, you're still gonna be with your family at the end of the day, you know, and that's what it's important. So yeah, I mean, I hate also that Mariana has to, you know, had you know, the necessity of taking Jesus pills, you know, just to like get ahead. You know, it's just that sometimes I hate the fact that women have to work double. They have to double whatever a man does just to be considered as good as a man, you know. And in the field that she is, that is mostly men, she has to do that extra work because no one is contributing to anything, you know. A lot of people walked out as well, so she has to do a lot of extra work, you know, which wouldn't have been the case if the male leader would have won, right? They will all have fallen in line and listened to him, and you know, not doubt his skills, unlike what is happening with Mariana. So that is just fucked up in my opinion, but you know, it's sad. But hopefully, you know, they make it in time. Mariana has some fun with it because this was supposed to be about learning and having fun. So hopefully she does at the end of the day. And hopefully she does stop taking the pills. Hopefully, you know. Then you have Jude. Do I understand why Callie went and like told Noah that he should stop giving him the gummies? Yes, absolutely. Because if I agree, you know, with Jude in the sense of like, if it calms him down and if it's because he has a prescription for it, look, I take pills for my anxiety. My son does as well. My son even had those ADHD pills that Jesus takes. He used to take them up until he was like 8, I guess. 8 or 10, I think. No, 8, I think he was. From 5 to 8 years old, I think. And, you know, it is a drug at the end of the day, you know. So, and I was okay with that. Those were my options, and I took them, and I gave those pills to him. And I don't judge anyone that decides to go with, you know, with marijuana to treat some things, you know, and whatever it is, anxiety, depression, you know, seizures, autism, whatever it is, that the doctor recommended. If it makes you feel better, then why not, right? I don't have any judgment. You know, like, and this is coming from me, a mother that, you know, takes pills for anxiety and also has my kid, taking them. So I don't judge anyone because I think that every single case is different. Every single parent is different. We all have different points of view, and it's fine. What I'm not okay with, and this is something that I wouldn't be okay with in either situation, whether if it's a prescription pill or a marijuana gummy, I wouldn't have my child, you know, sharing his medicine with another kid who, first of all, we don't know if he needs them, right? In the same way that I am not okay with Mariana taking Jesus's pills, you know? I think that if they needed to take the pills, it should be because the doctor recommended it, whether if you go with traditional drugs or with marijuana. You know, I'm fine with either if it's prescribed to you, you know. So the thing is that I do kind of agree with Callie on this one. I know Callie has fucked up many times, and like she probably will again. Like I don't blame her for that, but I don't, you know, I understand why Jude got all defensive, you know, because he thinks that this is the first mistake he makes, and he's a teenager, you know, so he's in all that, you know. But I think that in my opinion, I think Callie should have told the moms right away before even calling Noah out, you know. But I understand why she did, you know. I feel like she's trying to protect her brother for becoming a junkie or something like that. Why? Because this is not prescribed for him, and he's using it for recreational purposes. Okay, so in my opinion, that's not okay. Okay, that's like if he has anxiety, then go to a doctor, go through the procedures, and like if the doctor recommends that, then so be it. If not, if he's using it just for recreational purposes, then I feel like Callie has every right to call Noah out. I'm sorry, he shouldn't have shared that in the first place. You know, all the controlled substance, like the drugs that I take, that my mom takes, because my mom suffers from depression as well. Depression and a few other things. But anyways, and I suffer from anxiety as well. My kid has autism and anxiety, and he has problems to sleep and problems to control his mood change and things like that. So he takes pills. So I as a mother, I'm very careful of how many pills are in, like on the thing, on my, how you call it? I don't know. On the tabs, you know. I'm very aware of how many pills I have, because I don't want my kid taking more than he is supposed to. So I wouldn't be okay with him sharing his pills with his friends, because that's just not okay, in my opinion. So I kind of understand Callie. I will even go as far to go and tell, you know, my parents, you know what, your son, this is what he's doing, you know. Up to you to do what you see fitting. I will also do that. I'm sorry. I don't agree with Jude, and and for him to say, oh, but it's natural. What, doesn't matter if it's natural or not. If it's made in a lot, like whatever is, wherever is made, there are still, you know, your parents should approve of what you put in your body. And he's doing it for recreational purposes. Okay? And he's smoking now, which is like, that's no. Okay? So I don't agree. I think Lena and Steph need to know. I think that Callie should, like, even now, even more so now that Jude has said, you know what, I never want to talk to you again, and like got all defensive. I will be like, no, you know what, this is a problem that I can't handle on my own. My moms need to know. I'm sorry, that needs to happen. And going to another point of the problems that we had on this episode, Brandon, right, babysitting Mason, and Mason being, well, he is a kid. How old is he? I don't even know how old. He's 2. He's supposed to be 2 or 5. I don't know. I don't even know how old he is. But the thing is that, as a parent myself, when you are, especially if you are a single parent, you know, there is a lot of pressure, especially with moms, in my opinion, to do what's right, to have the perfect kid. Look, I have gone through this because my kid was exactly like Mason at that age. I think, I don't know how old he is, but when he was little, there was no stopping him at any moment. Like, for him to sit down for 5 minutes, it was like it never happened when he was younger, you know, because he was all over the place, because he was hyperactive as well, on top of having autism. So it was impossible to sit him down. He understood everything I said, in the sense of like commands, some commands as well, because like it wasn't until he was like around 5 or 6 that he started to to talk, and once he started to talk, he started to understand me a little bit more. But those first 5 years of him not speaking, because he didn't talk when he was supposed to, due to his autism, he was wild. You are not like, oh my god, the stories I have of him, they are like insane. Like sometimes I hear a noise, go to the room, and he was on top of the TV, or he was getting himself on the, he liked to climb for whatever reason. He you know why I think is he used to watch Curious George, and he believed that he was George, so he liked to climb up on things. You, like, honestly, there was no place that he wouldn't climb. It was insane. It was insane. And like my walls were like all painted, you know, and sometimes when people, you know, said, well, you shouldn't allow him to do this, or you should be a little bit more, you know, strict with him. And it wasn't that I let him do all these things. It's just that sometimes I couldn't manage it, you know, and it's so terrible for the world when a mom, you know, can seem to be able to control your kid. When you're not able to do that, people tend to believe, oh, she just spoils him all the time. And there's a lot of judgment, right? So I understand why Courtney kind of freaked out, in the sense of like, you're judging my parenting. Why? Probably because she might have seen that he's a little wild, and the fact that she can, you know, keep him down, right? So she in a way kind of normalized things for him. And sometimes parents, we do go through a period of like of denying these things, you know, of believing that, oh, they're just being naughty, and like they're just being kids, you know, and not feeling like, not understanding everything that we sometimes receive from the people that actually care about us. Because sometimes there are people who are just judgy, and, you know, they see a kid going wild and they think they're growing up without rules, you know, and that we don't do this kind of things. So you take it very at heart, because you know that you're doing that, but sometimes, you know, the kid is just, you know, wild, and it doesn't matter how many therapies you take him, he's still wild, you know. So it's a difficult, touchy subject. I understand that. But the thing is that if talked properly, not during a discussion, during a fight, it could be said to her that, okay, maybe Mason does need to have some limits, and also he might need to talk to a psychologist or something, to have some therapies to get him to understand, to calm down, to follow orders, things like that. Maybe he needs that type of help. You know, I'm not saying he is this or that, because I am not a doctor, but, you know, he does seem pretty wild, you know, so a little bit of help, it's never going to hurt anyone. But it is how you phrase it, you know. They were having a fight, and Brendan was like, well, you never ground him or never punish him, you know. And like, she was like, oh, well, you are now, you know, being, you're not his father, and like, you shouldn't be parenting or telling me how to parent him, you know. So understandable why she got defensive. I would have gotten defensive. I'm sure I did back in the day when Josh was pretty much like Mason, you know, and like, just, oh my god, he was like, now I can look back and kind of like be like, oh my god, that kid was wild. But when it was happening, it was just, sometimes it is also too much to handle, because as a single mom, first kid, you don't, like, the kid doesn't come with an instruction manual, okay? So it is like, it's pretty much you learn as you go, you know? And when the kid has some challenges, you know, presents some challenges, it's even more difficult, you know? So it's just like, if you can be nicer to the parent, you know, the mom or the dad that is going through this situation, I think it could have a better result. And you know, and not judge people, you know, because when you see like a wild kid going up and down and not be able to sit down, maybe it's because he can't. It's not because mom is not putting too many rules. Maybe it is, but maybe it could be the other thing. So just try to be kind, you know, and not too judgy about it. But yeah, I mean, he, like Mason in this episode, remind me of my kid when he was around that age. Oh my God. Like if Josh was his age right now, he literally will have been on top of this thing that I have, like on top. Like these things wouldn't be organized because he will just drop all of them. Like I'm not kidding. my kid was like the most wild kid, and he couldn't sit down. He was insane. I mean, the situation was insane, not my kid. The situation was, but yeah, I mean, with a lot of help, with a lot of therapy, with a lot of patience from my part, now he does calm. He's a lot more calm, and like he's able to pay attention to his classes, and like he doesn't need the whatever medicine, Ritalin that he used to take. He no longer needs it, you know, but he does need medicine for his anxiety and for his mood swings and sleep issues that he has. But, you know, overall, he's a great kid. You know, now I tell him to sit down and he sits down. So it's fine. He's not running wild. But anyways, so yeah, that was pretty much the entire episode, I think. Oh, Mike find out about the fact that Callie and Brandon had sex. I forgot that he didn't knew. I thought he did, but apparently he knew the fact that they kissed, right? And why they had to get a restraining order for him. So he knows that. He didn't knew the other thing. And I think he's kind of mad that he didn't knew. They kept this from him, which they shouldn't have. He is Brandon's dad, so he should have known about it. If Steph and Lena knew about it, he should have known as well. You know, and now he's like against, what is his name? Against Callie staying over. He's against that now. So yeah, you have that. Oh, and Gabe, the whole thing with Gabe, you know. I understand that I don't know if it's a cultural thing or it's just this stigma we as a collective society have about this type of issues, you know, where it sounded like he could have depression. Now, it's not as easy as to just say, oh, he has depression and that's it. It sounded a lot like, you know, that, because depression and can make you go as far as not even have the will to get out of bed. Like, I understand that, and focusing on the past and all the past mistakes and not being able to just close that and continue it's very common, you know. So understand that it's understandable that it seems like he has a problem, and it's sad that it doesn't seem like he wants to get help, because a man should be about that. But like, that's the problem with it, right? That depression and this type of mental illnesses, they are not specifically centered on one gender, right? It's not just women have it and men can have it, you know. But I understand the social pressure or the social expectations, is that how you say it? About, you know, how a man should be and what a man should do, you know. But with something so big happening to him, which is getting off the list, he now starts thinking back of how much time he lost, and like he's focusing so much on that he can just see ahead, you know, which is probably because something is not you know, there's not enough serotonin going to his brain, you know, and some other things I think as well do not the brain doesn't produce as much of it when you are in a going through depression, you know. So it's sad, but hopefully he does get the help that he needs. But yeah, this episode was great. Lots of things happen, and I cannot wait for the next episode. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys continue supporting for more. Give it a thumbs up if you love The Fosters. Subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. Uncut reaction always posted first on Patreon. Thank you so much for watching, for all your support, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're on Patreon, give it a heart. Continue supporting for more, because I will be doing more reaction videos for The Fosters. And that's it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll see you guys next time for more reaction videos for The Fosters. That's it. Mwah. Bye, guys.